20 strangers, 5 startups, 1 bus. Hackers, hipsters and hustlers on a 3,000 kilometer tour. This is StartupBus Europe. I'm Elia Bizani's founder of StartupBus.
I'll slowly unravel the story about StartupBus. What we try to do is not quite an event. What we're trying to do is build an international community. So now let's move on to pitches. So if you've got an idea, let's hear it.
I was introduced, my name's Stevie, I'm from Twilio, I'm a Ruby developer, and so if you need any help with your projects, just give me a shout. I actually forgot the most important thing. Yeah, so Twilio, we have APIs for voice and SMS, so if you want to add SMS to your apps, I'll hook you up with loads and loads of free credits, so you haven't got any cost to use it to make it happen.
Steven from Belgium.
If you want to go on a road trip, you're gonna visit multiple cities, and you need hotels and you need travel modes to get from city to city. So my idea is to mash up multiple sources. So I need someone who's good in CSS, design, and that would be it, I guess.
What it basically is to make an interactive voicemail.
Mike from the Netherlands.
When someone calls me and I'm not available, then they can interact with my voicemail to know where I am or when I will be back, so they can speak to my voicemail and say, I just want to make an appointment tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and I will automatically get that appointment in my agenda.
The idea for the game is that every time you check in on Foursquare or similar apps, you gain items in the game that you can use in battles versus other players.
Vincent from the Netherlands.
For example, you go to McDonald's and you pick up a hamburger because you checked in there, and then online you can shoot hamburgers at your friends.
If I want to have, for instance, a Levi's 501, we can send you out the jeans you want at the size that you want for price X, and all I need to do is select the one that I want to have to send the jeans to me.
This is Arne from the Netherlands.
Well, obviously I need a coder and I need somebody for just making it look bright.
WhatsApp for voice, so instead of you open up the app on your phone, and instead of you starting a chat, you just click the person's name and it will start up a call inside the app, which will be free to the user. You could turn it into business by selling the app like WhatsApp have done, and they're doing pretty well for themselves.
So when you hear a ding dong apparently on the boat, run to the bus. It's going to be total chaos.
We call ourselves just interactive voicemail.
Right, and what exactly is the product? What's the vision behind it?
We try to deliver a personal assistant through voicemail.
Our idea is to make an integrated travel tool with a social aspect on it.
You can place tasks through our servers in someone else's calendar. That's pretty unique.
And what challenges do you face looking into this?
The integration with other services.
It's a really nice atmosphere, and racing down an autobahn, talking about startups and being surrounded by developers. Brilliant experience.
Lokafu, it's an online game in which you collect items in the real world and use them in a creative way against your friends in battles online.
And what's the mood on the bus?
I think we're still at the early stage where I think everyone's still optimistic and not too panicked, although I imagine that as the deadlines get closer, I'm sure that will probably change for some people.
We are in Copenhagen and the event is being hosted by Startup Bootcamp, which is a local accelerator.
and that's pizza. There's more coming. But no, it's really awesome to have you. I hope this thing keeps going in Europe.
So now let's move on to pitches.
From that question, you get a number of best deals from vendors that are included in the ecosystem. You can just pick your deal, you do the payment transfer with us, it will be delivered, your money won't be in China before you've actually got the product.
That was a really long pitch. Can you try and boil it down like in 2 sentences? What is it?
We are here to disrupt the voicemail market.
You can be a pizzeria and pay 30 cents and be on the game, for example.
Protect the spontaneity of being on a trip.
What makes it spontaneous?
That's when you are wandering through town, you don't have to bind to a schedule.
Pressure.
It's a bit disappointing how there's been progress on this bus, or lack of progress. There's been a lot of talk, and I think I need to start reminding everyone that by the time we arrive in Paris, you need to have something to show people. We've got all these different pitches in Berlin and Zurich coming up. We can't just still be arguing on things. If you haven't done any wireframes, if you haven't got a brief idea of a prototype, if you haven't touched any HTML, you're behind, big time. Because you're with a bunch of strangers. By definition, you're going to have problems. You're working intensely with people that you don't know that well. You need to overcome those challenges and understand that you need to get through the end result. You need to understand that you've got to arrive with something, and you've got certain limitations like knowing the other people, or you might lack a certain skill. You need to just do it, and you need to overcome any issues around your execution.
Der StartupBus kommt nach Berlin.
Startup. Ja. StartupBus Berlin.
StartupBus Berlin'e geliyor.
StartupBus arrive à Berlin.
Met de StartupBus gaan we naar
Met de
Berlijn.
StartupBus.
Met de...
Ja, prima zo.
The StartupBus is going to Berlin, mate.
StartupBussen er på vej til Berlin.
The StartupBus is going to Berlin.
No, door StartupBus based on
Ah, oké.
Door StartupBus based on Berlin.
StartupBussen gaat naar Berlin.
The StartupBus is going to Berlin.
De StartupBus fährt nach Berlin.
So now let's move on to pitches.
Basically an iPhone application into which you type a word or a combination of letters and numbers, and it instantly connects you to anyone who types the same thing in an audio group chat.
Lokafu. We're doing it in a free-to-play model, and we're going to sell it based on licensing, so that stores can put themselves in the game and create special items that can be used again online in the battles.
We translate the voicemail. Damn it!
So we're back on the road. We're somewhere between Berlin and Zurich. The teams have been working hard. The fatigue's starting to kick in. The emotions are running high.
I enjoy it. I think I want to, we can do it all together.
I'm just wondering whether it is better for the production of the team if we would do that, and I'm very willing to, make that change.
This afternoon I felt there was again some kind of friction between some people.
Somehow we weren't all collaborating, and some of us felt that we were working harder, and other people were just felt like they were waiting on the internet before they really were getting to work. Anyway, now we founded Getters, and we're really proud, I think, all of us, about the idea, the concept, and we truly all think that it will work.
What is it about this bus experience that's impacted the way you've developed this product?
Mostly because the internet is a bit so-so. We really have to do creative thinking on actually getting things done.
You can do things you wouldn't have felt for possible in a mere 3 days.
It's like you're put into a microwave to get something done really, really fast, and well, it seems to be working in a way.
Do you feel pressured at all in terms of being able to deliver by the deadline?
Not yet.
for a few minutes we were considering disbanding the team.
We had a big hassle yesterday coming up with a business model, and it's difficult to organize tasks with everybody to get back together on the same page.
So now let's move on to pitches.
Lokafu is an online game on your mobile phone. It adds value to location because players will have to check in at certain points to get certain items, and in that way they will have to come back to get those items and become stronger in the game.
Yobro is basically an iPhone application connecting people with mutual interests.
In a nutshell, the advantages for the vendors are they get an international reach, customers from all over the world. These customers are ready to buy.
Wander is a platform that helps you plan and book your travels in a convenient way.
We of Envoy have a mission. Save time by not answering your phone.
The worst case scenario is that we're going to have you all pitching for 2 minutes with 3 minutes of questions, 5 minutes per team. So you can pitch whatever you want in those 2 minutes. You can just talk freestyle, you can get a PowerPoint, you can show a demo. This is your way. You've got 2 minutes to make an impression.
So we're 100 kilometers away from Paris and we're nearly there. We're now going to check in with teams and what they're up to and prepare for their final presentation in front of an audience.
Who are you and why do we care?
I'm Tim Grant, and you care because I'm Tim Grant.
I'm rolling. So, what's doing? Like, what's like, you know, well, what, like, who are you?
Have you guys have any kids?
So.
Do you want me to ask the question?
Where are we? We're in Paris, baby.
So now let's move on to pitches.
Getters basically turns around as a reverse marketplace.
The idea is that once you made a travel guide, you download the app.
It's all about binding customers to your products or services that companies are offering. One point I want to make is that it's free to play. It's going to be free to download and free to play all the way.
Okay. Thanks to the amazing selection panel that made the amazing selection. I'm not kidding. We looked at all the bus ups and yeah, so as I said, there were two that caught our attention. And so the two are Envoy and Wander.
So I can't tell what's really there. And all I need's a great big congratulations.